Hey YouTube, A.Maze here, back again with another video. Thank you for watching and welcome to my channel. So, guys, I'm glad you're here. I have a lot to say. I don't know where to begin. I'm somewhat at a loss for words, but I'll take it slow and do my best. Okay, well, as you know, if you've watched any of my videos, at least one of them, then you've already figured out that I love to give advice, tips, if nothing else, just tips, okay? Like I explained in a previous video, I have a passion for giving advice. I want to go back to university one day and study clinical psychology and get my PhD in clinical psychology as well, and be a psychiatrist, administer medicine, and give advice, guide people, help people. I want to see people improve. I want to see people be happy, because I know what happiness feels like, and I know what sadness feels like. I know negative feelings. I know positive feelings, okay? And it wouldn't make sense for me to know what I know and feel what I feel and not share. So that's why we're here. My tagline, our title, our purpose, we're here to discuss life. That's right. That's what we're here for. So, you know, I believe in a higher power. I don't even use the word believe anymore. Okay, I use the word I know. So I know of a higher power. I no longer say I believe. I also don't say things like, for some strange reason. Okay, I never use that anymore. That phrase is gone. For some strange reason. Okay, when occurrences occur in your life that you feel are unique, different, and uncommon, is not a strange reason. There's a divine reason behind it. Okay, you just got to know that. Okay, and for those of you that are watching, if you haven't experienced that yet, or you have and you just still a little unsure because it may seem like it's too good to be real, just keep trying and you'll be convinced. Okay, so I know of a higher power. I no longer believe in a higher power. I know of a higher power. Okay, now when I started this channel, in no way, shape, or form did I intend, and I still don't intend, to make this a channel to discuss the law of attraction and the universal laws. Okay, because I'm no expert. I mean, and then again, who is? But I for certain will only speak on those things that I feel most confident in speaking on, because my purpose is to convey information that will help. However, I am going to share with you right now in this very video, and perhaps in future videos, I will incorporate elements of the law of attraction in my advice, because as you can't really avoid it. You know, even if you're not someone who thinks that the law of attraction is real, you still can't avoid it. It's real, whether you believe in it or not. It's a natural occurrence. The universe is real, and God created the universe, and all of its laws work. It doesn't need us to believe in it for it to work. It just does. Okay, so I just want to say that before I continue. But my channel is to give advice. So don't feel surprised if I mention something that, if you are a person who watches videos about the law of attraction and you understand it, however your understanding level is, don't be surprised if you hear me say something that you may have learned from it or already know. Because, like I said, it just can't be avoided. Okay, so with that being said, let me continue on. Let me just first tell you some more about me, okay? Because you need to know what kind of person is advising you. I had a great childhood. I ain't gonna lie, it was great. Most of my strife came from my adult life. You know, I've been homeless several times over, okay? But I've also had financial abundance several times over. I've been there and back and forth, up and down, okay? Polarity. If you can think of it, I've seen it, I've experienced it, I've felt it, good and bad. So right here, right now, at this point in my life, I'm 39 years old. And I know for a fact this is a turning point for me. For many years prior to, you know, this video and the 15 other videos I've done, I struggled with my emotions and fear I did a video and I explained that fear is just, it's really an illusion. It really is, because there are infinite possibilities to a situation, okay? And we get stuck on the ones that only our mind can conceive of. We only use a small percentage of our brain. So whatever we perceive of, we take in as truth. That's why it's important to be in tune with a higher power, because there's so much that you don't know, understand, can see, and so many things you cannot solve on your own. You need help. So with that being said, let me just give you my experience real quickly, okay? So for the last year and a half, I had like at least 10 different channels of law of attraction video, channels on my subscription list. Because what I do is, when I watch YouTube and they make suggestions, I had a busy schedule. I still kind of do, but it was nothing like before. So what I do is, boom, 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 subscribe. Just go down the list and subscribe. If they look interesting, just by, just cite, whatever their thumbnail was, I would hit it. Or I didn't even do that. If YouTube suggested it, I would hit it. And then when I have time, I would sit there and watch them, see if I want to subscribe to them. Most of them I kept, okay? But I ran across video and didn't notice them, because like I said, I was boom, 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 down the list, okay? And I don't know what I was watching at the time, but I would say at least 7, it was probably more, different YouTubers who have channels about the law of attraction were on my subscription list. And I would see them, we're talking about a year and a half ago, up until September. We're going to say September, the end of August and the beginning of September. Imagine a year and a half back up until now, 2019, okay? So I have all these people who talk about the law of attraction in my subscription list, and I never watched them. I was looking at other stuff, gossip columns, vloggers, I'm sorry, gossip. I can't even talk, y'all. It's so exciting. But anyway, let me get my ideas out. I will watch a lot of the gossip vloggers on YouTube, because they're fun. Home improvement, do-it-yourself stuff, advice. Mind Valley is one of my favorites. I would watch that. And home hacks, things like that. So for some reason, I don't know if it was YouTube, the universe, whatever happened, law of attraction videos were suggested to me. Okay, I never watched them though up until the end of August of this year. All right, but they were always there, Now fast forward to, I would say, February or maybe March of this year, 2019. Because keep in mind, this whole year and a half that I'm seeing their thumbnails, you can attract $10,000 in a week. Use the law of attraction to get what you want. Use the law of attraction, law of attraction, law of attraction. So I've heard the term, didn't know what it was, never practiced it. I always said to myself, it sounded like hocus pocus, okay? I believe in God, and I always said to myself, if God don't have nothing to do with it, I don't want nothing to do with it. So I didn't think I thought it was hocus pocus. I didn't know what it was. I just knew they were just saying stuff. I'm like, they'll let anybody make a video on YouTube, right? Okay, here we go. Mid to late August of 2019 of this year. I don't know how, and this is honest truth. I don't know how, I don't know when, I can't even remember the first one. But I do remember there's one particular YouTuber that I inadvertently hit their button. Now, I unsubscribed to these people earlier this year, March, but I ended up subscribing again because I know how it happened. This one YouTuber who is a big law of attraction person, they video popped up, okay, and I inadvertently, I wasn't looking for the law of attraction. The person popped up, so I ended up watching it just to see, out of curiosity. My life changed completely after that. And what I mean, it changed, I'm talking about within. My situation was the same. I had a good job too. I was working at Amazon. I was making $17.90 an hour. My family and I, we recently got out of a homeless shelter, so it was refreshing. Okay. Yes, a homeless shelter again. I have a long history of what we would consider misfortune. So, throughout the years that we spent together here on this channel, you'll get more information out of me. But I ain't gonna give y'all my business right now. But yes, I had a lot of financial hardship. I just recently had a lot and still do, okay? But it's not gonna stop me from seeking happiness, okay? Anyway, so I worked at Amazon. I liked it there because it was an easy job. I didn't have to do much. The one I worked at, all we did was pack shoes. We didn't have to worry about chemicals, sharp stuff, not a lot of rules to learn, just pack shoes and shoe-related items. It makes $17.90 an hour, okay? And you say, well, A.Maze, what happened? Oh, let me tell you. All right, so like I told you guys in my introduction video, I moved here to Indianapolis. I don't have a car. I don't even have a driver's license yet, okay? And, you know, we just got out of a homeless shelter, so I struggled with that. The job required you to work 12 hours. 3 days out the week, I worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. No, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And they were 12-hour shifts, so they went into the next day. And the plant is way far from where we live. So it took me 2.5 hours on a bus to get to work. Then when I got down to far as the bus will take me there, I had to walk a mile to get there, okay? Now I'm at work, so I got to stand up for 12 hours. I'm doing too much thinking at once. I'm standing up for 12 hours. I'm packing the shoes. We going into the night. It's the next day, Friday morning. Yes, I get to go home. Got to walk a mile to the bus stop. Now, okay, Friday morning is cool. The bus schedule is cool. I could catch the bus. When I got off work at 5 a.m., I could catch the bus at 5:30. No big deal, okay? But then, that was payday. I had to go grocery shopping before I got home for various reasons, okay? So now that's taking more hours away from me to sleep. So I get home. Long story short, Saturday and Sunday, that's the struggle because the bus schedule is different. So on Saturday morning when I got off work, I have to wait an hour before I can catch the bus home. And it's not like I worked the extra hour to make some more money. I had to sit in the cafeteria. Same thing on Sunday morning. 2 hours on Sunday morning because the bus didn't show up till 7. Keep in mind, I had to walk a mile to the bus stop. Take 2.5 hours to get home. Come home, you know, tend to my kids, straighten up. Yes, I have a spouse, but even in a marriage, life is stressful, especially when you have kids. There were still duties I had to tend to, you know. My husband and I, we put our effort into everything. We work hard. We're not perfect, but we give effort into our life, and we still trying to do more, okay? We're never going to stop growing. So, long story short, I had to leave that job. I wasn't getting nowhere. My bills were still late. It was so much stuff we needed. It's like the minute I got a check, it all went to bills. Phone bill, light bill, rent. Our rent was high because we wanted to live in a decent neighborhood. You know, if I went to a particular home that was cheaper, we'd have to live in the type of neighborhood we don't want, like a slum, trash everywhere. I don't want that, okay? But in exchange for that, my bills were late. So then I'm thinking to myself, so why am I doing all this? I'm working hard, I'm persevering, yet I'm still not making it. I'm still not happy. And it's deeper than not being able to pay my bills, because they still late. My bills are still late. But guess what? Now I'm happy. And you say, A.Maze, why now? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to get to it. So let me finish. So I left that job. Now, prior to me working there, when I lived in Ohio, I had a 12-hour job. So I thought I could handle that. I used to work 12-hour shifts, sometimes 5 days out of the week, because I would sign up for overtime. I would even do it 7 days, once or twice, because I wanted that extra money. It wasn't paying as much as Amazon. The job I had in Ohio paid about $15 an hour. The difference is I lived right up the street, though, so it was no big deal. So I was thinking, well, if I can work there, shout out to Centrex, by the way. That was the job in Findlay, Ohio. It was great. Right up the street, though, so there's a big difference. You know, even though it was like 3-4 days out the week, and sometimes 5 to 7 if you sign up for overtime, I'm right down the street. But this was a whole nother thing. I'm thinking, well, I've done 12-hour shifts before. No, this killed me. I let it go because I had to let it go. I mean, I pointed out. Okay, here's my point behind all this. What I'm trying to tell you guys is this. For years, I'm talking about at least 15, I've been going about prayer all wrong. I've never lost faith in God. I always knew he was there. I pray every night before I go to bed, when I get up. I pray over my food. I don't care if I'm eating a cookie. But guess what? I still worried. I worried. Still. I prayed. And I still worried. I would hope. And then I would get frustrated. I had temper tantrums. I'd be in bad moods. Take it out on people, but still prayed. And I say, my life is not going good. Why? It was because I didn't feel good inside. And then it was like, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, why pray if you're going to still be scared? But I prayed anyway. Well, the point of me bringing up the Law of Attraction YouTubers is because on this one fateful day, can't remember exactly which one. I can't even exactly which video. I know exactly which YouTuber. And it went down from there. When I watched that video, it was an inadvertent experience. I didn't purposely set out to watch Law of Attraction videos. But somehow, some way, I clicked on the video. I watched it. And it immediately resounded within me. It's like that person was reading my life to me. Telling me what I need to do. Be positive. That's what I was missing. I was missing that positive element. Now, let me mention Amazon again, because let me tell you something. When I was working there, you know, you have it was a packing plant. So anybody who's ever worked in a packing plant probably knows the structure is almost basically the same. You have your, I don't want to call it a desk. I forgot what it's called. You have your booth. You have your place where you pack. So you kind of work alone. So for 12 hours, all I could do was live in my head. And what was in my head? Negativity. All I could think about was people that I feel like did me wrong, or, you know, grudges. Didn't serve me. Couldn't figure out why my life wouldn't get better. Now, when I worked at that job 3 months, and I kid you not, for 2 of those months, every single night straight, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday that I worked, I look up at the clock at the same time during every shift. Every shift was 4:44. And I never looked at the clock because I want the time to go. But I would check it once. And every last time I checked it, it was 4:44. Right after, that's when I pointed out, lost the job.
Hey YouTube, A.Maze, I'm back. So guys, if you watched the very last video that I posted, I was talking about my experience with my spiritual awakening. I saw 444s every single day at work. For the last 2 months of my work at Amazon, right before I left there, or I should say pointed out, guys, I was literally seeing 444 on the clock. I only checked it once out of the whole 12 hours that I worked. And every single night, every single time, I always looked at the clock and it was always 4:44. That's no coincidence, guys. Afterwards, I just happened to stumble upon the universal laws, the laws of attraction, and my life has been just uphill ever since. I found myself. I know myself better than I ever have. And that's no coincidence. That's God. And the more I thought about it, everything that happened in my life up until this point was supposed to. It makes perfect sense. It's almost like God was telling me, I heard you. You've been praying to me. You've been talking to me, you know, but you're just so negative. I heard every prayer. I heard every word. And so I just feel like, well, I just know that God was showing me what I needed to get to where I wanted to be. You know, and that's it. And I've been on the right path ever since. I'm grateful. So I'm just sharing that story with you guys because the advice I give you, it comes from a place of spiritual experience and wisdom that I'm attaining. And I'm never going to stop growing. All right. If anybody understands physics and how energy works, energy never dies. It never stops moving. It goes from body to body. And me, I plan to just have milestone after milestone after milestone of journeys through my journey, my life journey. And I'll never quit quitting. Okay, guys, I know when the video cut off, I know many of you were watching. You were saying, "Well, my God, well, what happened?" Well, that's because I ran out of time. Once I learn how to use video editing software, that probably won't happen again. But I'm happy I was able to intrigue you enough to come back. So if you did come back, thanks for coming back. So that's basically it, guys. I just wanted to end that. I just wanted to conclude my story for you. And I'll be back again with another video real soon, maybe tonight. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.